At 5.8, we get to subtract mixed numbers by composing equations and diagrams. Let me highlight a couple of ideas. Today you're going to be composing equations, which as we've talked about means there has to be an equal sign, and you're going to be composing diagrams, and it's going to be one of these activities where you're asked to use two different strategies or two different diagrams. So I'll give you an opportunity to see two different diagrams how I solve this problem. And the reason we're working on this is because we are subtracting mixed numbers. And all of the mixed numbers that you're going to be looking at today have the opportunity to have like denominators. And you might have to make some conversions in order to get there. So today we're going to start with this problem here. The art students had 3 2/3 gallons of paint for the school play scenery. They used 2 1/3 gallons. How many gallons were left when they finished? I am noticing, first of all, what the question is asking me. I'm seeing the numbers that are involved, 3 2/3 and 2 1/3. And when I say I see that they started with an amount, so they started with an amount of paint, gallons of paint being the whole here today. I'm seeing that they used some, and then I'm seeing that they had some left over. Left over tells me that you're going to be using subtraction in order to solve this. So the first way I would look at it is using a number line. So the number line, and you're using holes here. The highest number that you have is 3 2/3, so you're going to be going up to 4. So I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, and 4 holes. And I know I'm dividing this into thirds because that's what my denominator is in both of 3 2/3 and 2 1/3. So I'll divide it into thirds. So obviously I have to have 0, 1/3, 2/3. There's 1 1/3, 1 2/3. There's 2, 2 1/3, 2 2/3, and 3, 3 1/3, and 3 2/3. So my starting point, because it said they started with 3 2/3 gallons, my starting point will be at 3 2/3, and I'm taking away 2 1/3 gallons. So it's easy for me to look at it one of two ways. First of all, when I say 3 2/3 minus minus 2 1/3, I can take that 2 1/3. I can either subtract the 2 wholes or the 1/3 first. I've decided I'll take the 2 wholes away. I know that 2 wholes, so 1 whole is going to be 3/3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3/3. That's 1 whole. 1, 2, 3/3. That's 2 wholes. And then I have to subtract 1 more third, which is the fraction. I land there, and I find out that my answer is 1 1/3. So that's one way, is to use a number line. Another way to do this is to use diagrams. I know several of you like to work this out. So we're starting with 3 2/3. So 3 2/3 is this much. And 2/3. So my equation, once again, always want to write these equations. 3 2/3 minus 2 1/3 equals, what I can do is look at it where I cut out 2 1/3 holes. So I'm just going to eliminate 1 hole There's my second whole that I'm eliminating. And I just want to take it out of this one. There's another third that I'm eliminating. So what I have left over is this one whole and 1/3 is what's left over. And then that's the third way you're going to look at this. The third way that you can look at this is just in a stacked equation. So remember the importance of place value. We've talked about this. There's 3 wholes or 3 ones, and then the fractions place value. And I need to align those fraction place values right here. Subtracting. I want to start off by subtracting in the fractions place. So I can see that 2/3 minus 1/3 is 1/3. And 3 minus 2 is 1. And once again, I've come up with 1 and 1/3. There might be one other important thought for you to think about when you're doing subtraction, once again, with these mixed fractions, mixed numbers. You might come up to a number where the fractions are, where the fraction that you're subtracting from is greater than the fraction you're subtracting. For instance, we have 1/3 and 2/3. You can't take 2/3 away from 1/3. So what I have to do is borrow first. I would have to change this to a 1. And since I'm taking one whole out and moving it, borrowing it, 1 whole is 3/3. So I'd have to add it to that. 3/3 plus 1/3 is 4/3. So now what I can do is subtract the 4/3, 2/3 from that 4/3. 2/3 minus 4/3 is 2/3. And then 1 minus 1 is 0. So the answer to this one would be 2/3. You're going to work on page 171 and 172. Work on Khan Academy when you're finished. You're working with your C partners today.